Little girl? Are you okay? Little girl? Little girl? Little girl, please get up. Please get up. God, not this! Not this! I'm so sorry. God, I'm sorry.
Another bad dream. You need to see a therapist.
I don't need to see a therapist.
You're tossing and turning. It's keeping me up. It's been what, 5 or 6 weeks? You need to talk to somebody. I need to get some sleep.
Well, you'll get a couple of nights all to yourself. I've gotta go meet Diane anyways.
Good. Just don't get too crazy. I know how you women are.
Whatever.
You're late.
I know. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I promise.
Relax. I'm just messing with you.
Ugh. Look, not that this is an excuse or anything, but I had a really rough night last night and I haven't been able to get any sleep. Thank you.
Well, you're not going to like what I have to say then.
And what's that?
I slept like a baby.
Ugh, whatever.
Did you get a chance to research the Boggs residence?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Great. Did you get pictures?
Yeah, you're gonna love them.
Great. Thank you so much for doing that. I've just been so busy, I haven't made the time to do it. And thanks for this next one too. You know, I've never heard about it.
Yeah, it's not a problem at all. So, fun fact, my cousin actually lives in the same town. Yeah, totally cool. She told me a little bit about it, and she knows this guy who's gonna show us around and, you know, give us some insight on the story. And so she's gonna be giving me his number.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
I hope you like the cabin I rented. I booked an extra day
Okay.
so we can have plenty of time to go over all that we have, see if we need anything else.
Okay. Oh, thank God. It seems like we've been working on this forever.
Hey, we should work forever into the title somehow.
I get you. Something like maybe forever. Well, I got nothing.
Don't worry. We're just going to keep thinking on it. Something's going to pop out at us. But in the meantime, let me show you what I got to get us revved up.
Oh.
The new Lloyd Preston CD.
You're kidding, right?
Not at all. We gotta turn this up.
We've both been working hard all week long. Anything that could have just about went wrong. The car won't start and the wells run dry. Got a stack of bills reaching up to the sky. Now you say you're too tired and don't wanna go out. Well, that's not what this weekend's about. Let's get this two-person party started. A bunch of old records and some bottles of brew. Let's get this two-person party started. There ain't no crowd around, it's just me and you. Let's get this two-person party started. Let's get this two-person party started. Two-person party started. Let's get this two-person party Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That's right.
Well, here we are. What do you think?
It's beautiful. It looks nice.
Yeah, I thought you might like it. Now we can rough it without all the rough.
Sounds good to me.
Rustic.
Totally.
You can take upstairs if you want to. I'm usually up and down all night. You'd have a hard time sleeping with me rummaging around. I'm worse than a cat.
You want to get started then?
Nah, I got us a little something.
What?
When you get done unpacking.
Oh boy. This can't be good. A beer?
Yeah. Do you like beer?
Yeah, sure.
Something wrong?
No. No, I was just thinking.
About the title?
Yeah, the title.
You know, I remember when you first hired on with us. I don't think you'd been working there 2 weeks. I already knew you wanted to write your own book. I could pass your desk and you had all these little notes everywhere.
Yeah, well, I guess you could say my thoughts were pretty much like my notes. All over the place.
Some of them were good. I liked the one about the dog becoming president.
No, that one was supposed to be a side project for the kids.
I liked it. Did you ever finish that one?
I actually did get the first draft done, but now that I'm thinking about it, should probably dig around for it and get started.
You should. Hey, kids' books can get big.
I hope this one does.
Me too. So, what do we call a book about haunted places?
You still want Forever in the title, right?
I think so. I don't know. What do you think? Do you have like anything brewing you want to call it?
Well, so far I'm thinking forever, maybe forever in a dream, or, geez, I really don't know.
I'll tell you what, let's wait until everything comes together. I'm sure something's going to come out at us. Hey, you need to text the guy about tomorrow. See what time he wants to meet.
Okay.
You know, we're still going to have to dig up all the dates, the facts, all the names involved, stuff like that. But if this guy can give us folklore, that's going to be the juicy tidbits the readers are going to eat up. Hey, that reminds me. I need to check the batteries in my recorder. I think we should save this story for the middle of the book. That way it's going to serve as a twist to what came before. The readers aren't going to get bored. It's going to give them something new, keep them engaged. But for the beginning of the book, I think we need to start with this one. I really think it sets the whole mood for the entire book. What do you think? What do you think?
About the book?
Are you okay?
I'm sorry. I didn't get any sleep last night.
That's all right. We can just pick up here tomorrow.
I'm really sorry, Diane. I promise I'll be ready to go tomorrow. I just need more sleep.
We're both tired. We're both tired. Let's just cut off tonight. We can start fresh in the morning. We need to go to bed early anyway.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the morning.
You're right. All right.
Have a good night.
You too. Mm. Mm. Mm-mm.
Good coffee.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
I knew you'd need it. Heard you tossing and turning all night.
Yeah, I had another rough night. I couldn't sleep. I apologize.
Any weird dreams?
No, not necessarily. Just typical rough night, I guess.
Hey, Cassie,
Mm-hmm.
do you think our book is silly? It's about ghost stories, haunted houses, superstitions. We're not going to be up for any awards.
Look, I think people would be more interested than you'd imagine. And think about it. A lot of, religions and folklore stem from, wondering what's on the other side. Well, that's where a lot of ghost stories come from. What's going to happen when we pass on? I mean, for example, like, do we really reap what we sow? Is there eternal life? Or do we just die? I certainly wonder. But either way, I think it'd be a good story.
Thanks. I guess I just needed a little boost.
You're welcome. I think it's quite helpful in a sort of spooky way,
I believe that's Sam right there.
Here we
Ready
go.
for this?
Not really.
It's freezing. You might want to wear a jacket.
I suppose.
Morning.
Hello there. How y'all doing?
We're doing all right. For a day like today.
Beautiful day.
You must be Corey.
Yes, ma'am. Corey Hayes at your service.
I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to help out us aspiring writers.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all. I'm happy to do it for you. I just want to say one thing. I'm going to need an autographed copy when you get this published now.
You got it.
All right.
Hey, Corey. I'm Cassandra.
Hello, Cassandra. Glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I see y'all wore your hiking boots. You're going to need it. It's a walk back there, okay?
You ready?
Suppose I don't have a choice.
Well, let's move them out, Pilgrim.
Corey, have you lived in this area all your life?
Yeah, I've been here all my life. My family's been here 5 or 6 generations. They come here in 1800 with a land grant from Revolutionary War. Been here ever since.
Wow, that's some deep roots.
Yeah, and I'm still planting them too. I've got 3 kids and 13 grandkids.
Corey, this story that we're studying it's a mighty old story.
It is.
Where did you hear it first?
Well, first time I heard about it, I think I was about 19. I was out here rabbit hunting. And I was telling my grandpa about finding this old tombstone out here. That's when he told me I might want to stay away from out here, and he told me a story about it. And I've heard the story many times since then, and it's always been consistent. The story's always pretty much been the same way.
You know, the story's consistency really lends to its credibility.
I agree. I think so too. hadn't changed hardly any. Well, here it is.
Magnificent. Cass, I think we found our book cover. Be sure to get some lower angle shots. I really want this to be imposing.
I must say, it's a little on the creepy side, even without the story, you know.
Story. Okay, this is the story of Victoria Abram, as told by Corey Hayes.
Well, I guess Jonathan and Victoria Abram, they had a little girl, and I reckon they lived normal lives until the little girl was about 9 or 10 years old. And one day after a church function, Victoria and her daughter was walking home from church, and Victoria was in a hurry to get home, I understand, and the little girl was starting to lag behind, so Victoria stopped and turned, hollered for the little girl to come on. And just as the little girl looked up, she darted across the road to catch up with her mother, and along come a horse and carriage driven by the mayor and his wife. Well, the little girl was run over, and the doctor was called, and I'm sure the doctor did all they could. And after a few days, she died. And the family was sick with grief, especially Victoria. She wanted the mayor punished for the death of their daughter. But it was ruled an accident, and Victoria was furious. Jonathan, he tried to reason with her and settle her down, but she wouldn't have any part of it. And I reckon over the course of time, it drove a wedge between them and destroyed their marriage, and they separated. Jonathan, he stayed there in town. Victoria, she moved out here, vowed to get even with everybody in the town for siding with the mayor. They say if she sold her soul to the devil in exchange for that revenge.
Revenge. That's a common theme in many of these stories. Do you happen to know Victoria's daughter's name?
I think her name was Emily.
She's not buried here with her mother?
No. Remember now, that's all before Victoria moved out here. I think she was buried in town. Now, some say it's a coincidence, and others say it's a curse. But after Victoria moved out here, there's a lot of bad things started happening in town. There was sicknesses and suicides, drownings. People's buildings catch fire and burn to the ground. They even had a couple of murders. And all this happening in a little bitty town where stuff like this never happened before. Or before she sold her soul to the devil, that is. And eventually, she died. Things went back to normal. No more bad stuff. That's the story anyway.
Is Victoria's house around here somewhere?
No, it was torn down a long time ago.
What about her husband, Jonathan Abram?
Well, Jonathan moved off somewhere. I'm just not sure where.
Then who buried Victoria?
Well, I guess Jonathan did. I'm sure he still loved her, even though they were divorced. And probably too painful for him with his family all gone, so he left.
So you're not really sure who buried Victoria?
Well, they say the devil did. But it seems a little far-fetched to me. I mean, I don't see the devil putting up a tombstone, do you?
Not really. But it's going to make for a great story.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why they tell it that way, and spice it up a little bit. You know.
Do people in this town still believe in ghosts?
Well, they believe a spirit can latch on to a troubled soul and haunt it for a long time if it wants to. If you got something bothering you, that's when your soul's at its weakest. And a spirit can latch on to it and haunt you for a long, long time. Something or someone, like Victoria here, well, that could be deadly if you believe in all that.
And you said the little girl in the story was run over, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you know where Emily is buried?
Well, she's buried probably in town. About 50 years ago, they were doing some construction, and they accidentally bulldozed into a cemetery, and there was 3 or 4 graves in it. Now, the old folks there in town was pretty upset about it, but I reckon it's too late for them to do anything about it. But you know, the mayor's office sits right on top of that site today. I guess you could say he's running over again. Speculation, of course.
Have there been any hauntings or strange events since the cemetery was disturbed?
No, not that I'm aware of. But Victoria is the real ghost story here, made from the devil himself.
It looks like we got our work cut out for us.
Well, that's if we manage to find all the facts and stuff.
Hey, in the morning, let's go visit some places in town, like the library, the archives, the mayor's office. Let's see if we can dig up the facts.
We can do that. Sounds fun.
Sound fun? You know what sounds good?
What?
Hot dogs on the fire.
Oh, I'm so hungry. Let's get to it.
A fine gourmet meal, if I do say so myself. And I do say so myself.
Diane,
Yeah.
what did you think about what Corey said earlier?
About what?
About a ghost latching onto a troubled soul? I mean, what even constitutes as a troubled soul anyway?
Probably not like the everyday, to-day stuff people worry about. Probably like Bigger stuff.
So, like addiction.
Yeah, addiction for sure.
You know, I think I drink more than I should.
I'm sorry. I wasn't aware.
Well, you weren't aware because I've done pretty good this weekend. I feel like I'm on the edge, you know? Like, if I don't take a step back, pull back, it's gonna get worse.
Is there anything I can do? I'm sorry about the beer. I just didn't know.
It's not your problem. It's mine.
Yeah, but now that I understand things, I want to help. And the first thing we need to do is get rid of the rest of the beer.
Beer's not all that bad.
It's not.
I'm talking about the hard stuff. You know what I mean.
I know, but it doesn't help. Do you have any of the hard stuff with you?
No, like I said, I've done good this weekend, but I mean, there's always next weekend and the weekend after that.
Hey, I'll be with you next weekend too. I'm gonna be here for you. But I think we need to get you baptized.
Are you gonna convert me to a religion?
In a manner of speaking, I want you to go take a shower. You're gonna wash off the old Cassie, and you'll become the new and improved Cassie.
I guess I could try.
That's a start.
Hey, Diane. Thank you.
Sure.
Diane?
Cassie. 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 Cassie, it's just a dream.
What?
You're having a bad dream.
What?
Something's bothering you. I know it. You've been tossing and turning for 2 nights now. I want to help you with it, if I can, if you want me to. Are you okay? Let's go downstairs. Let's get something to drink.
Oh, thank you.
What's going on?
There's something I need to tell you.
I'm here.
So, I know this is gonna sound strange, but I've been seeing this strange, scary woman ever since we went to the gravesite. And I think it's Victoria Abram. I think she's latched her soul onto me. So, about a month ago, drove out to a friend's house. We partied. We had been drinking. Well, excuse me, I had been drinking. And got back in the car, headed home, got off the highway, decided to take a back road. And I wasn't swerving or anything like that. But my phone started to ring. And I looked at it. I looked away from the road for 1 second. And there she was.
There who was?
It was that little girl. She came out of nowhere on a bicycle. She was so close, I didn't have time to stop. I couldn't stop. I just sat there in my car watching her. I watched her in my rearview mirror. Then I got out to see if she was okay. Hoping I wanted so bad to know that she was breathing. I got closer and I realized she was gone. I got back in my car and I left her. I didn't know what else to do. She was gone. I'd been drinking. I would have been locked up. Would have never gotten out.
When I was younger, my husband and I, we wanted children. He grew up in a big family, so that's what he wanted. A big family of his own. I always knew I wanted to be a mother. But it wasn't in the cards, I guess. At first I thought I was never going to get pregnant. I was beginning to think something was wrong, like really wrong. My friends, my family, people my age and younger, they were having kids. Why couldn't I have kids? It wasn't fair. But then one day I took a test. I was going to have a baby. I was so happy. So was he. We were excited. My whole family, they already had names picked out. But like I said, it wasn't in the cards. I had a miscarriage. I was devastated. So was Philip. He said we'd try again, not to be discouraged. But I saw a little something in him, something different. Something had changed just a little bit. I wasn't sure, but I thought I saw something. When I had my second miscarriage, I really knew then. He looked at me differently. I looked at myself differently. I really think that was the beginning of the end, so they say. But I guess I had it easy because there wasn't that attachment like there is when you give birth to a child of your own. Yeah, I had it easy because I tell you, if I'd had a little boy or a little girl and I'd watched them grow up, learn to talk and walk and play and have conversations, go to school, learn how to ride a bike. If someone took that from me for something so selfish as drinking, I tell you, I would just lose it. I would go out of my mind.
I didn't know what else to do. They would have never let me out. This is why Victoria Abrams after
Oh,
me.
knock it off. Victoria Abram isn't after you. You had an accident and you killed a little girl and you're feeling guilty, and you should. You didn't even call anyone, did you? No one. Really? You just drove off and you left her there. Do you even know how her parents must...
Are you?
I'm not going to turn you in if that's what you're afraid of. Although I think that's something you should do. I gotta get out of here.
Cassie! Cassie? Cassie.
If you got something bothering you, that's when your soul's at its weakest. And the spirit can latch on to it and haunt you for a long, long time. Something or someone, like Victoria here, well, that could be deadly.